Hello everyone, welcome back. If usually the valve system is only limited between SOHC and DOHC, well, in this video we'll discuss a valve system that is still relatively rare, but very unique and has the potential to be applied en masse to future vehicle before the entire electric motor era enters. So this is the UNICAM valve system. UNICAM is a valve system construction that is very different from the others, SOHC and DOHC. And as the name implies, the UNICAM valve system is present as a united camshaft or the union between DOHC and SOHC construction. The UNICAM system itself was developed by Honda to bridge the design between the SOHC and DOHC valve system construction. And the first mass production vehicle that used this valve system was the Honda CRF 450R first generation in 2002. Well, with its simple engine design, the Honda CRF 450R is the lighter motocross in its class. And what are the construction details? Overall, the UNICAM valve system is still the same as other camshaft construction. UNICAM system is used one camshaft, whose piston is installed above the intake valve. Meanwhile, one rocker arm is also installed to move the exhaust valve. And if we look in more detail, this rocker arm has two prongs to move the exhaust valve at once at the rear and a roller in every side of it, where has the function to reducing the workload. And besides, with this system, Honda has succeeded in producing an engine that balances the advantage and disadvantage of SOHC and DOHC. Examples such as high RPM power, which is better than SOHC but not as high as DOHC. Well, someone must have asked, why isn't it as good as DOHC? For the answer, the high RPM problem occurs due to the remaining inertia of the rocker arm, which reduces the response of the valve to close the combustion chamber. And of course, causes the fuel air intake to be pushed into the exhaust port when the piston moves to the TDC or top dead center, making it unsuitable for installation on high-performance vehicles that have an engine speed range of more than 10,000 RPM. And let's continue to the second advantage, where the torque is good at the lower RPM compared to the DOHC, but not as high as SOHC. This can happen because using one camshaft will undoubtedly reduce the load on the crutches at low RPM, although it is not good as a SOHC engine with one intake valve and one exhaust valve. Okay, now let's go to the production cost section, one of the most crucial parts in determining the existence of technology. In terms of production, this engine can be made at a lower cost than a DOHC engine because it only uses one crankshaft, even more straightforward than SOHC engine though, because it doesn't use a rocker arm on the intake valve. In addition, with a shorter cylinder head design, the piston of the camshaft will be lower, like DOHC, because it is placed just above the intake valve, which of course makes the engine with the UNICAM valve system more compact. However, because of its performance which is between SOHC and DOHC, making this valve system is not considered too important to present. And it's still a technology that must be regarded as a further to be installed in mass vehicle, especially for high-performance vehicle such as line-up CBR or CB, which incidentally work with a very high RPM range. And its application is still very limited to only few products, like the Africa Twin 1100, Honda CRF 450R and also Honda CRF 250R. But even so, there is good news too, where Suzuki has also started developing this technology for their trail bikes, and we can wait to see it. Further, with better performance than SOHC engine, simple construction and lower production costs, it is possible that in the future there will be more motorbikes released with this one valve system, and maybe we can easily find it and enjoy it on the roads. Okay, I think this is enough for information we can tell in this video. Don't hesitate to correct and discuss in the comment section column below. Let's wait for the UNICAM together and thanks for watching.